Hi guys, I'm Megan Graham, and you may have seen my other videos about recovery from mold illness, and I wanted to take a few minutes to sit down and actually talk to you about a question that a lot of people are asking me. So a lot of people are coming on my channel and they're saying, how long does it take me to heal from mold? And one of the things that keeps coming up when people are talking to me is that they want to be better today, they want to be better yesterday, and a lot of people are saying that they don't have time to recover. So just to give you a little bit of context, I'm 45 years old, and 4 years ago was when I had my mold exposure. Now keep in mind that I didn't immediately know what was going on. So it took me a year and a half to figure out why I was so tired, why I had digestive issues, I was anxious, I had rosacea, my pets were getting sick with fungal infections. I was super fatigued. I mean, the list goes on and on. I constantly felt like I was getting sick. So this happened for a year and a half. So even though my exposure was 4 years ago, I didn't figure it out. I didn't get diagnosed with mold illness until 2.5 years ago. Now, after the 2.5 years, I then had to find a place to live. And I didn't want to just knee-jerk leave my place and move into another place that could just have the same problem. So my husband and I went and we were looking for a place that would be safe for not only us, but also for our 3 dogs. And it had to be affordable, and it was in the city of Boston. So it took us a while. So we moved into the place where we live now. It was a little bit under 2.5 years ago. Now, I've been getting treatment for the past, I guess it would be 2.5 years. But when I really started my treatment that worked was back in April. So let's just say April to May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Okay, so for the past 7 months, I would say I've been getting effective treatment. I was seeing a functional doctor before that, and it did some things. I felt better, but not all the way better. And for those of you that don't know, I've been doing the microbe formulas protocol. I am now an ambassador for microbe formulas, and I'm an ambassador because I love the product so much and I believe in it. So I'm not doing it because I'm getting paid. I'm doing it because I love it, and they asked me to be an ambassador. So I think a lot of people hear that it has been 4 years and they're like, I don't have 4 years to get better. I want to get better right now. So I totally get why people are in a rush and why they want to get better from the mold. This is something that has affected me for the past 4 years, and it is in no way convenient. So I'm a business owner, I have multiple pets, I'm married, and I just want to enjoy my life. So I get it that everybody wants to be better yesterday. I get that nobody wants to have it affects all of your organs. It's really a cascade effect when you get sick from mold. But I also just want to give you the message that there's some different things. So there's a lot of different factors. So 1 is, how bad was your mold exposure? 2 is, what is your age? 3 is, what was your activity level? What was your level of health going into this entire ordeal? If you were healthy and active, I think that your body was already in better shape and you will most likely heal faster, although there are no guarantees. 4 is really, what is the level of dedication that you are willing to put out there to heal from mold? So it is something that is, if you got very sick from mold, it's going to take a multi-faceted treatment. It's not just one thing that matters, and it's going to mean getting your rest, filtering your air, finding a place that's truly safe to live. These are the things I do: eating organic, filtering your water, probably doing a pretty extensive supplement protocol, making sure that you don't get new exposures, using a sauna. So there's a lot of different things. And I think for a long time, for me, it was really hard to dedicate myself to getting better because I'm so busy with all these different business projects. And, as of April, I was like, all right, I'm ready to really focus on this. And not that I want it to be my entire life, because I don't think that I want to only define myself as someone who's healing, but it takes some work to get better. So if you got really sick, it's not always that easy to recover from it. But for me, when I was extremely sick, I felt that if I didn't do something differently, if I didn't get the right treatment, I really felt like I was eventually not going to make it. And I hate to be really, pessimistic, but I was very, very, very sick at one point. So it doesn't just take a few months to come back from that. And I think that the piece of hope that I want to give you, so it's like, could you heal from a few months from a mold exposure? Possibly, if it wasn't a very long mold exposure, if you're extremely healthy, if you get a great doctor right off the bat, sure, I think it's possible. I think more realistically, most people that have a mold exposure that get sick from it may also have some other health things that are going on before the mold exposure. So realistically, sure, it could take, 6 months to 2 years or longer. I think the important thing to realize is that even if you're not all the way better, you are getting better along the way. So even though I'm still working on some of the hopefully last pieces of getting better from my mold exposure, it doesn't mean that I'm not doing so much better than I used to. So do I still have things that are wrong with me? Absolutely. But my hands aren't tremoring anymore. I sleep quite well at night. My digestion is much improved. My skin still has rosacea, but it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. I have a lot of energy. So maybe not everything is perfect, but I have fixed a lot of things. So I don't want you to lose hope. I mean, think of it like you're improving and you're rebuilding your body along the way. So sure, it could take a few months or it could take a few years. But whatever time it takes, as long as you are healing and focusing on what your body needs and removing what your body doesn't need and giving it what it does need, you are eventually going to get better. And the other piece that I just wanted to bring up to people is that how you look at this experience is really going to determine whether you fully heal or not, because healing is not only your physical body, it's not only your bones and your skin and your insides, it's your mental state. And so if you really freak out and you say, well, I don't have this time to heal from mold, I just need to be better right now, and this is such a pain, that is going to hinder your progress. So always just work to reframe it. I know it's hard to be grateful through this process, but one of the things that I tell myself and I believe is that this didn't happen to me, this happened for me. And one of the ways that I'm able to make this an experience that is worth it for me to experience is that I can share these things that have helped me, and perhaps they will help other people out there to realize things that will make them better, that will cut their time down in their healing. And any little hacks that I've learned that worked for me, I always try to share. So the why of why this happened to me is that I share my experience and I help other people. And so that kind of lets me let go of the anger and the resentment for losing, some years out of my life and for losing my dog that died from mold exposure. So I really hope that this is helpful, guys. Basically, it really depends. Getting better from mold and how long it will take depends on what you are willing to put into it. A lot of people ask, how long do mycotoxins stay in the body? For some people, for about 75% of people, once they get out of the mold, their bodies are able to naturally heal and get those mycotoxins out. For about 25% of the population, they need some assistance with some sort of binder to actually get those mycotoxins out. So I was one of those people that if I didn't do something to remove the mold, it was going to continue to recirculate and make me sick. So I was still having intestinal symptoms and feeling really tired, and I had to do additional things to take those things out. So I do have another video about my experience with a company called Microbe. And I think that when you look at the protocol, it seems like a lot of stuff. And I was like, I just need to deal with the mold thing. But one of the things that I realized is that there were a lot of other issues that I had to deal with as well that were sort of frenemies that came along with the mold. So check that out, see what you think. But I really hope that this video was helpful for you guys. I welcome your questions and just wanted to let you know that there is no exact time frame, but as long as you're getting better, as long as you're making progress, and as long as you're learning, that means that you're on the right path. So I wish you guys wellness, health, and please let me know your questions below, and please go ahead and like this video and also subscribe to my channel. I've got a great mold checklist, and I also have a lot of great videos about living a happier, healthier, and more beautiful life for you and your pets. And really, beauty and health, they start on the inside. So I like to share those things because my belief about what beauty is has changed so much over the years. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you guys again soon.